Welcome, folks. I am Jaby Koay, joined by Achara Kirk.
Hello.
We're continuing on with Cobra Kai Season 3. It has been a while since we've watched Season 2.
Yep.
But I'm sure there'll be a wonderful recap to catch us up to speed again. So, very, very excited about this. It's January 1st, 2021. We have been waiting anxiously for this follow-up season for a while. And we get to all enjoy it together. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you're going to see a cut-down reaction. We can only show a maximum of 5 minutes picture-in-picture. If you'd like to see the entire reaction, uncut, no interruptions, then head over to our Patreon, patreon.com/Jaby Koay, where you can watch our entire reaction, but you'll have to have a Netflix subscription and open up the show simultaneously in an adjacent window. We'll give you a countdown sync, 3, 2, 1, and then, on one, we all sync together, and it's like you're watching the show along with us.
This is it, folks. The moment we've all been waiting for. Returning to defend his title from Cobra Kai Karate, Miguel Diaz. Get ready. It's karate time.
It's karate time.
Oh, this is more epic than I remember. I feel like this is all new stuff.
Oh, he's dreaming. That's why. I was wondering if that was like
Shot more recently?
a dream or.
It was 2 weeks ago today.
Or balcony, landing right here on this staircase. Doctors say his prognosis.
Hey, who's watching that? I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was your TV, homie. When's the last time you showered, Governor? You smell like a piece of dog shit took a dump.
Oh
Here you
god.
go, homie. Oops, that's my bad.
Ooh.
What do you think you're doing, man? Kicking your ass.
Oh, you're drunk, dude. That's a recipe for you getting your ass kicked.
You're dead, amigo.
Oh gosh.
What's that about? I forgot. Oh.
Sorry, girl. Got some battle wounds. Yeah, you can get yourself a dope-looking tattoo and cover it up later.
That's true.
Sucks. Ugh.
I have to go.
We're suffering from
Please, I really need
PTSD.
to find him. His name is Robbie Keene. That's Keene.
Nothing at the hospitals?
No, and the homeless shelters were a dead end too. So
Hey, boss, I got something on my computer you gotta see.
all right, what am I looking at here?
It's a trading lot. I made a spreadsheet. Those numbers, they don't match up. You're actually missing a 93 Dodge Caravan.
Oh. Now they know how to find him.
Why would he steal that shit box?
It's not
Because you
noticeable.
can live in it.
Because he knows we wouldn't notice.
Yeah.
We gotta call the police.
No, not yet.
What are you talking about?
If we can find him first, get him to turn himself in, then we can make a better case.
Is that Burbank? I just realized that was probably Burbank Hospital. I forgot the name of that hospital, but it's like right there in Burbank.
Vicky, I love you so much, my baby. Please come back to us.
Creo que los Dodgers van a llegar a los playoffs, ¿eh? Aunque supongo que lo van a cagar como siempre.
You ever talk to someone in a coma?
No.
Yeah, I'm here to see Miguel Diaz.
He's in the ICU. Only family, doctors, and patients in the ICU.
Or he found the GPS, he tore it out. Smart kid. Oh my. Oh, okay.
You didn't know where he was going with that?
No, I just thought he was mad. Dang, okay. I just thought he was in self-destruct mode,
No,
you know?
no, he was.
But-
It seemed obvious, like he was just trying to find another way in.
Yeah, you're right.
Initially, I didn't think it was going to be enough damage. That's what my thought was.
Sam,
Oh, I got in and
What are
out.
you doing here?
What are you doing here? Is Robbie with you?
No.
I haven't had In-N-Out in so long. I might get that tonight.
No, I was just out looking for him.
Oh my gosh.
I thought I was ready, but then everybody was staring at me. I just had to get out of there.
I get it. Believe me, I've been in enough fights to know.
True, and I just feel so guilty.
It's not your fault. All this started before you were even born. If not for me and Johnny, there wouldn't have been a fight in the first place.
I thought we were the good guys.
We are. At least we try to be.
Hey, buddy. Sorry I haven't been here. Mom hasn't wanted me around.
I'm not surprised.
Can't blame her. I thought I was helping you. We were learning so fast, getting so strong. I'm so sorry. If you can hear me, kid, I know you got it in you to pull through. You just gotta keep fighting. You just gotta keep fighting.
Only family is allowed in here.
Why can't he just say he's like a cousin or something? That wouldn't work. Like, how would they check your ID?
Maybe not.
I mean, how would they know?
No.
They check your family tree?
I'd be like, you don't look like a...
Third cousin removed. What?
You don't look like you're related to Miguel.
Johnny?
He's gonna encounter the big boss.
The nasty guy.
What the hell?
The dojo's going through some renovations. What do you think? You know, it's a shame what happened at the school. But I don't really blame Robbie, because you know what they say. There's no such thing as a bad student. It must really hurt to see the Miyagi name dragged through the mud. Wish I could see the look on the little bastard's face.
That little bastard kicked your ass. More than once. You're lucky he taught me true karate. That's why I'm not gonna fight you.
Oh, but you will. It's inevitable. But this time, Johnny and I will finish it.
You're not gonna do anything. Not while I'm around.
You know where to find me.
That must be so interesting. Working with someone that you did a film with like 30 years ago.
Yeah.
So bizarre.
You want to say something? Say it to my face. That's what I thought.
We were talking about Best Buy. What's up?
What?
We were talking about nails.
No, good for her.
Talking about Claire's.
Johnny, hey, don't you ever answer your... Oh, God, what happened to you?
Bumped my head.
I got a lead on Robbie. I've been trying to find him on my own. He's out there somewhere, and he doesn't have anyone to help him.
I should get a haircut. His hair was long last season, right?
Yeah, I think so.
The whole reason these kids got into trouble was because of us.
Code blue. Respiration this way.
The only way to end this is by working together. What do you say?
That's
Nice.
What? Oh no. The style of the fight scene has a very, very sport karate look to it.
Which is accurate, right?
No, sport karate, I'm sorry, that's a very generic term, but I mean, that's the term that's used in the martial arts circuit of like people who compete with like the fancy martial arts forms and whatnot. Like,
Oh, gotcha.
yeah, like the people that I've grown up with that were huge in that arena before they moved on to doing movies and stuff like that, whether they were stunt coordinators or stuntmen or, you know, choreographers, whatever they all were competing in that martial arts circuit. And the most famous version of that is by a studio called XMA with Mike Chet, who you met.
Oh, right, gotcha,
And so,
yeah.
it's sport karate, or Wayne Dalglish,
Yeah.
you know, who's worked with a bunch of huge people. So basically, sport karate is where you're doing like all the fancy, there's certain very recognizable moves inside that fight scene where I'm like, that's definitely like that's all cut from the same cloth.
Right.
Simon Rhee is definitely part of that sport karate. Megan Lay comes from that.
Right, but that's Taekwondo.
Yeah,
right?
it's a form of Taekwondo, but it's not like traditional Taekwondo. It's sport karate Taekwondo.
Gotcha.
And which
has more flair.
The terminology is sort of a misnomer because karate is a Japanese word, Taekwondo is a Korean. Yeah, it's got more flair. Thank you. I just processed what you saw. Anyway, yeah, the fight scene was just interesting to watch because I'm like, I recognize all those moves because I studied it a little bit, just a minute amount, and just also through osmosis of just watching like Steve Terada do those forms over and over again, and like all the people at the LAVC.
Well, that's what I was wondering when I was watching it, because to me, as just like a regular lay person who doesn't really know that much about martial arts or anything, I thought it looked really cool. Like the fights looked really exciting.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, you thought that they looked legit.
I just looked like sport karate to me.
So just like nice to look at on screen with flair. I mean, I think that's what they were going for.
I wouldn't say it was bad. It just looked like sport karate to me. Like it looked serviceable. There were things in there where I was like, oh, it's kind of missing, or it's like it's not quite. Like there were some just weird things. It worked for the story. For instance, when Johnny was in there telling him, you can do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
And he's got his fist up against the guy who's like blocking him. Like, when would you ever be in a situation like that, whether it's boxing, taekwondo, kung fu, Gracie jiu-jitsu? When would you ever be in a situation where you're trying to like put your fist against someone harder?
Right, but it's a nice metaphor for what he's going through.
That's
right?
what I'm
Which is
saying.
what
For the story for the story of the show, it works. It's just weird looking from a martial arts perspective.
Gotcha. Yeah, no,
And
I
so,
get it.
in general, like those guys are obviously trained, and they looked good for the sake of the show. I mean, I've seen way worse, in Hollywood films. So on that spectrum, like it's much more on the good side. It's not like on par with like The Matrix or something, or Crouching Tiger or anything by Yuen Wu-ping, but it's still like it's serviceable and it looks decent, and you can see what the hell's happening, as opposed to the easy go-to thing to take pot shots at is Born Identity or Taken.
Right.
Where it's just like
crazy.
Yeah,
editing.
You can't make sense of it. So yeah, just in terms of the fight scene, it was like nice. It was nice. It just looked like sport karate form to me.
It was an interesting way that they kind of caught us up with the past season, like with the story so far, because I thought that they were going to do that classic
recap
thing where it's like, oh, there's a recap, but they were just like, no, we're just going to go right into the story, but we'll kind of help you kind of fill in the blanks in case you forgot.
Well, they did put season 1 and 2 on Netflix, so
yeah, exactly. They're just assuming that most people will have recently watched it, whereas we, for us, it's been a little while and we hadn't rewatched it before watching this, but I thought it gave just enough to be like, okay, this is what you need to know about what happened, just in case you forgot. Like, okay, cool. Now I'm up to speed. Let's go.
Yeah, they had some good flashbacks in there to help you understand. Anything where the audience might have a question, they answered it right away.
Yeah, so I thought that was good.
Yeah, decent job there. I don't know if it was like a rush job or something, but like there's some points where the editing just was like, pick up the momentum a little bit. I didn't really notice it until near the end of the episode when LaRusso and Johnny were opposite of each other, and I'm just like, why does it feel like the editing is so slow? I never got this sense when I was watching the first 2 seasons. And then furthermore, a lot of the ancillary, is that the right word? Actors.
Well, like the kind of co-starring roles or like day players.
Yeah, so many of them were just
not great.
Awful. The thing about it is, it was collectively bad. And the only people who were doing better, not amazing, but better, were the veteran actors.
Yeah, the main cast.
Ralph Macchio, he had some moments where I was like, ugh.
Oh,
but in general, I thought he actually did a pretty decent job of being restrained compared to everybody else in the show. Like him and Johnny, both of them actually did a decent job.
I actually really liked Johnny's performance. I don't know the actor's name, but I really liked his
You could be forgiven for not knowing his name.
Yeah. I really liked his performance in the scene where he goes into the ICU room and gives Miguel a pep talk. I just thought that he could have kind of really hammed it up more and tried to be more emotional, but I just...
William Zabka.
Okay, William Zabka. Yeah, I just liked how he kind of kept it restrained because I just felt like that was more realistic. I got a little bit emotional actually during the part where Miguel's mom and his grandmother were in the room talking to him.
They did a nice job
like,
too.
Oh, no, that's so awful to, have your kid in the ICU like that. Like, so much drama.
They make it look so easy to do that in TV shows and movies. I've had to be there when my friend was in a coma, and it's like really, I mean, for me, maybe I have a lot of inhibition with that kind of stuff, but it was really awkward for me because the doctor would tell me, like, you can talk to him and, it helps. I go, okay, and I try to do it, but I just start getting into my own head about it a lot. Like, I'm like, how do I be present with this? Because he's not responding.
Right.
And I'm just working under this magical assumption that somehow this is getting through.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. And they make it look so easy in TV shows and movies. I couldn't help but have a flashback in the middle of the show and think about that, like how awkward I felt trying to do this and hoping that it was meaningful in some way.
I'm sure it was.
Who knows? Dude was a completely different person when he came out of a coma. trauma. And so, but like the pain in their eyes was, it was felt.
Yeah.
I mean, like you being emotional totally made sense because like they did a good job there and just trying to find something to say something to him. He's talking about the Dodgers and trying to just like,
just have a conversation and like help to pull him out.
trying to act like everything is normal is hard.
Yeah.
In those kinds of circumstances. This first episode did a good job of not only catching you up, but also giving you a nice cliffhanger to end things on. I was really just amazed at it's like what a time to be alive. It was so interesting to see Ralph Macchio opposite of like the Cobra Kai master.
Right.
When was Karate Kid made? That must have been like what, 88? I can't even remember
Maybe it was 84.
No, because I think it won Best Picture, and in 84 I feel like Amadeus won Best Picture, but maybe I'm wrong. Oh, you're right, it's 84.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Amadeus was 85, that's why.
Okay.
So for some reason I thought Amadeus was 84, and I was like, there's no way it's 84. Okay, yeah, 80, so it's 30 years. Well, no, well over 30 years.
Nearly 37 years in June.
Can you imagine? I mean, like...
Yeah, that's wild.
That's got to be a trip, like, mentally. Like, wow.
And to reprise a role that you did so long ago, but I guess it's different in that they're
he did up
grown
to part 3. It's not been 30 years. It's whenever Karate Kid 3 was done. That's when he was done with the role, and because dude came back for Karate Kid 3, I think, at least a little bit. I think I don't remember. It's been so long.
I don't remember Karate Kid 3 that well.
It happened.
I liked Karate Kid 2 though, so I'm super excited to see because I remember.
Actually, it was 30 years because Karate Kid 3 was 89. So
okay,
you're excited for what?
No, because the Japanese characters from Karate Kid 2 are coming back.
Right.
And I really like that one.
Martin Kove was in Karate Kid 3.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So he was definitely there.
Yeah, I mean, he's totally leaning into that like evil sensei.
Yeah.
There's a certain level of camp to this show, which I like.
But I thought he handled it really well. For it being this campy show, I thought actually his scene was pretty good.
Well, he's clearly the bad guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, and they have the music to support it. And it's like, oh, this is the nemesis. And now Daniel and Johnny are going to have to come together, team up, and take out.
Yes, I mean, that's what's been set up and has been indicated strongly by the trailer. What I was going to say was, there was that scene when his daughter goes, I thought we were the good guys, and he goes, well, we try.
Yeah.
And I thought that was cool because it still tracks with the who do you root for ambiguity.
Well, yeah, that's what I loved about season 1 and season 2, because in the Karate Kid movies, obviously, Daniel-san is the protagonist and he's the good guy. But then here it's like, oh no, now we get to see Johnny and his life and his point of view and how he's just trying to make it work. Yeah. He's been dealt a shitty hand of cards and he's just trying to make something of himself and maybe have his kid be proud of him or have someone be proud of him. And he gets Miguel to be like a son to him, and now he's failed him. And it's like, okay, how are we going to pick you back up? And here's Daniel kind of questioning himself as a sensei and as a parent. I think it's all very interesting, and like there's so many places that it can go.
The last compliment I want to pay the show before we close this out is I very much appreciated the Kiss Kiss Bang Bang opening to the show, because he picks a fight with these guys, he punches through the glass, which I'm really glad they gave him an immediate like bruise or like injury on his knuckle, because I'm like, if you had the ability to punch through a door window, like if you had that ability, your hand would definitely be seriously injured afterwards, because I mean that glass is so tough, right? It's meant to be. So for him to be able to punch through that, and then they showed the bruise, but when he goes to take the fight even further, he gets his ass handed to him because he just falls over basically because he's so drunk. It's straight out of Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, because Robert Downey Jr. has that moment where he's trying to save this girl and he starts talking shit to this guy, and then cut to he's on the floor getting his ass kicked. And so I thought that was a nice little moment there at the beginning.
Yeah.
Anyways, excited for episode 2 of season 3. Looking forward to that. You guys, thanks so much for hanging out. If you're watching this on Patreon, thanks so much for supporting us here. Very much appreciate it. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe and hit that bell icon, all notifications. I'm Jaby Koay. This is
Achara Kirk.
Peace out.